Let me know when you've started.
Started. Ow.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
That was great timing. I went to go open my energy can, and as I'm doing it, the tap on the top of the can popped up really fast and it hit my hand really hard.
Are you okay?
I think so. I think I broke my can. The tap is now like going clear up, like straight up, but the part that's supposed to be popped open isn't open.
I mean, that's not even half as embarrassing as what I just sent you. Everyone's not gonna know. Everyone's not gonna know what I mean. I did something really embarrassing. Which we can talk about another time if you guys want. But yeah, let's just say it involves a boy. I'm like so embarrassed right now.
See the I sent you.
Okay, hold on. Okay, this is what happened apparently.
I can't open my can now. It's stuck.
Get a knife.
No, because then it will break off into the can.
Oh no.
I gotta drink it upside down.
Yeah, just do that.
Like off the tab. Hold on. This is why I need to pop my energy beforehand. Oh no, now it's like going cracked. Oh no.
Oh dear. Right, okay. Well, right, intro.
Welcome to MidSummer Dreaming. I'm Aisha.
And I'm Abby.
And this is our podcast.
See, I ain't got no type. Baby, name your price, yeah. Ain't about the hype. You could be a wifey, yeah. Show me what you like. Put a ring on every finger. No water, just ice. You can check the price.
Yes! Just for clarification, if we have any new viewers, I'm Aisha and that's Abby. We were just doing roles reversed.
Never meant to do that again, please.
But it took us, you haven't seen, the person's edited this, but like it took us like 10 tries until Abby actually sounded quite hyperactive. She was doing it like, welcome to MidSummer Dreaming. I'm Aisha and this is our podcast.
Listen, my energy drink is broken. I don't have energy right now.
Okay, so I think I should stick to doing the intros.
Yes, please.
Right. Okay, so welcome back to another Thursday episode. Is everyone having a good Thursday? I don't ask this very often. Is everyone having a good Thursday? Abby, are you having a good Thursday?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, it's not Thursday for us as we're filming this, not gonna lie, but oh well.
Yeah, oh well.
Will you have a good Thursday, Abby?
Probably not.
Okay, well, I hope everyone's having a good Thursday. This podcast, I've forgotten words.
Do you remember what we were doing?
Oh, no, don't tell me. We are, we thought about this long and hard, everyone. It took Abby 5 minutes to think of this. We thought about this very long. And I think it's about time we tell the story of how we met. Me and Abby. How me and Abby met. How we formed bonds and friendships.
Which one? I know about getting bullied.
I'm not that bad.
Don't learn like.
I told Abby this morning that her dad pays me to hang out with her. And I felt bad for doing it, but hey, it's money and I need the ka-ching. I need the ka-ching. I don't see any type of bullying there. Bullying. Okay, so how did we meet? Abby, would you like to start off the story?
I'll be honest with you, I can't remember. Oh, yeah. Aisha slid in my DMs is pretty much what happened.
That's gonna sound so wrong. I slid into her DM.
It pretty much is what happened. 2 times, actually.
Right. So there's this thing for reading and writing your own books. It can be fan fictions, it can be real books, blah blah blah, all that. Called Wattpad. I saw this Max and Harvey kind of imagines story, and you can usually request an imagine of your personal choice, and the writer will actually write it for you. I slid into Abby's DMs. I didn't realize it was Abby at the time, obviously. But I slid into Abby's DMs and I was just like, yo, imagine, please. So we talked about doing the imagine, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. So we talked about doing the imagine, and then I kind of helped Abby doing other imagines because she was stuck on one. Hee hee. And then she posted my imagine. I said thank you, I loved it, but all that, all that jazz, just being kind and friendly. At the time, I was sharing a Wattpad account, my Wattpad account, with an ex-best friend, and me and my ex-best friend were like, we were talking, yeah, but we weren't kind of, we weren't kind of talking as like normal friends should. It was more kind of like, I don't know, she would kind of manipulate me into things, sort of thing. That's a story for another day. I'll tell you about my toxic ex-best friend. So at the time I was talking to Abby, I turned to Abby and I was like, hey, can I have your Instagram? I think we'd be like really good friends because we were talking a lot then. She gave me her Instagram and I followed her and I talked to her and that. I'd say a couple days later or on the same day, I actually can't remember, I turned to Abby and I was like, yo, do you want to do a book together? Really want to do a book with someone, but I can't. But at the time, I couldn't do it with my ex-best friend because we weren't talking very much. So I was like, do you know what? This writer, this author, Abby, yeah, she's very good at like plots and everything. So let's write a book. Abby says sure, and then that's how we kind of got each other's numbers, and we texted from there, and we called for the book. I swear, bloody book, right, was such a pain because we got the plot of it. I like turned to her and I was like, I've got the plot and everything. We couldn't find a name. It took us like, I don't know, 3 hours and a half sort of to think of the name. And the reason why it took so long is because we were thinking of names that we didn't like, other plots that would be good for another book that we could do together, and other names. So we kept getting like sidetracked by it and like Max and Harvey and like all that jazz. Finally we found a name to a book, and then I'd say, how long have we known each other, Abby?
It was after Christmas, right?
Do you not know how long we've known each other?
February, I'd say, because that was when we first started writing the book. I'd say beginning of February.
Okay, it's February, March, April. Okay, so like I'd say 3 months, about nowish. Yeah. Okay, so I'd say like 2 months after knowing this girl and constantly talking to her and telling her how much I adore her friendship. There were some funny stories that you've told me. We should have another podcast separate for that.
Let's say our friendship is way beyond friends now. Not in a weird way.
we know things, deep things about each other.
It went from not knowing,
not necessarily our parents. No,
my parents know none of it.
So we like obviously hit it off very much, and then I was supposed to be doing, now the ex-best friend, reason why I mentioned her is I was supposed to be doing a podcast with her, and then something happened and we just stopped being friends. Well, she still wants to be friends with me, but I kind of stopped talking to her because I've realized she was toxic, sort of thing. So I turned to Abby and I was like, Abby, do you know what we need? And Abby goes, what do we need? A life? I'm like, yes, a life, but do you know what we also need? Abby's like, well, what do we need then? What do we need then? And then I was like, we need a podcast. And then podcast. It took us ages. I think I've mentioned the story before. It took us ages to think of the actual kind of name.
But it didn't take us as long as we did the book.
No, it took us like I'd say 1 hour, because I went downstairs and my mum was watching one of her favorite shows, MidSummer Murderers, and we mentioned the fact that we liked the name Dreaming and I wanted Dreaming in the title. MidSummer Dreaming occurred and I texted Abby straight away and I was like, yo, MidSummer Dreaming podcast, done. And then Abby was just like, do you know what? Yep, fine. I like this, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, that's the story of how we met. Pretty, standard story, not gonna lie.
Well, I think also with the podcast, when we were coming up with the title, we were kind of both done with it already. So we were just like, that works.
Exactly, because we spent like ages trying to think of it, and Abby was getting distracted with Instagram and how cute Harvey Mills looked. I was getting distracted about how cute Scrubby looked, and yeah, it's great.
We actually used to get to those points where we would be like writing or like doing something, and I'd just be on Instagram sending her stuff, and she'd be like, Abby, come help me.
Well, yeah, you can't leave me to write it. But as soon as Abby is writing, I'm off on Instagram, like, thinking,
or she's
posting
pictures to the document.
When we write again, I need to start adding Scrubby pictures. Scrubby, that YouTuber that I've been banging on about for 5 days straight. I've always liked Scrubby. I've liked him for like 3 years when he first started his channel. The only thing is, I haven't mentioned it to Abby, like I hadn't mentioned Bryce Parker until ages ago. I hadn't mentioned it to Abby because it never really came up in conversation. And one day I was just like, yo, there's this guy, kind of looked like Spider-Man, right? When he had his hair trimmed. And the thing is, he is fit to the point, fitter than a watermelon, a Mattermelon. He is fit. Look at him, watch a video. Abby, decided, nah, I'm not going to watch this video, sort of thing. I always have this thing, I don't know how, but I always manage to get Abby to like the people I like. I've managed it with Harvey Cantwell a little bit. I managed it with Bryce Parker fully. And Scrubby is undergoing on the way. It's going. And the thing is, I'm pretty sure I had mentioned Scrubby throughout those 3 days so much that Abby finally started watching a video. And I turned to her and I was like, do you know what? You should watch a Scrubby video. She sent me a screenshot. It was like too late. And I was like, oh my God. I swear, I had a full-on panic attack, like fangirl attack moment. She sent me screenshots of the video she was watching. And then I called her. And then we discussed other things.
Now all this is happening because we're in 2 different time zones. So it's 3 a.m. to me. And it's like, what, 8 o'clock to you? So,
yeah.
So she's texted me and everything at 3 a.m. All this stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I give up. I can't sleep. I'll go watch whatever she's on about.
The good thing is Scrubby lives in America. So the times that he uploads will be fine for you. He uploads every day, by the way. That's yeah. Love.
Yeah. But it all depends what part of America he's from.
Las Vegas, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, they're like 3 hours behind us.
Either that or Los Angeles.
Yeah, they're 3 hours behind us.
Yeah, well, it will be roughly the same time then.
Yeah.
So we're gonna wrap this up. I hope everyone has an amazing Thursday, and I hope you guys have a good day. And we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
See, I ain't got no type. Baby, name your price, yeah. Ain't about the hype. You could be a wifey, yeah. Show me what you like.